When we try to ignore our inner world, which most of us do, let's be honest, those parts inside will try as best they can and usually succeed to make themselves known. Do you know that feeling where you think you know something, you learned your lesson and you're not going to repeat it again, but then you do? Today on Doodle to Connect, we're going to talk and we're going to doodle about that because our unconscious material will always find a way to surface. And we're going to look at the ways that it surfaces. This is the side that it's like, how is your unconscious manifesting in your world? How does she show up in your world? How does he show up in your world? So the question you can ask yourself as you're drawing or getting in touch with your inner world here, your unconscious material, is, how has my inner world been trying to show itself to me? And as I ask myself that question, this is the image that came up for me. So I often feel my inner world very much from a young space, whether it's a very playful space or if it's a wounded place where I feel some reactivity coming forward. And then on the other side of the paper, we're going to look at, if I'm honest with myself, my unconscious material would be surfacing through. So our unconscious material is always making its way to the surface. And I'll just talk about some of the ways that it manifests as I do this. So one of the ways is through physical pain, just feeling maybe headache or body ache or something like that. Another way might be through just compulsions, different addictions, different things that you may go to as a way to numb or comfort or something like that. Another one is our relationships, so we don't continue to affect our current day relationships with wounds of the past. Another way our unconscious material shows up, because it's always trying to be worked out, is in our dreams. Another one might be repetitive thoughts or repetitive actions that don't seem to make any sense in your current life. You might think, okay, I'm not going to do that again, and yet it keeps occurring. And another way might be anxiety. Could be anxiety, could be depression. Just a lot of fear here in this one. Natural that we try to ignore our inner world. So we have our ego mind, which is rational, very solution-based. We often label that as good, especially in our society. And then we have the unconscious, which is the emotional or the unknown, which it can be very scary when we don't know something. And so we label that as bad, and we try to get rid of it. And so no wonder it's fragmented and cut off. But there's a divide between those two, the ego mind and the unconscious. But the unconscious is still always trying to surface through.